Hello everyone, my name is Marcin and welcome in another Photoshop tutorial. Actually, it's re-upload of this tutorial because I made a few mistakes 1 week ago, so I decided to create another tutorial. Actually, it's literally the same idea and the same tutorial, but without any mistakes. I hope without any mistakes. And without those mistakes I made. So I hope you're gonna like this. It wasn't fair to upload a tutorial with mistakes, especially on the house area. The perspective were really perspective was really wrong, so that's the reason why I decided to re-upload. Uh, I won't be talk too much. I don't want to talk too much as always, so it would be better if I start. As you see now is a final result of proper manipulation with a right perspective. So I just hope I won't do any mistakes and everything gonna be clear in this tutorial. So I just remove everything right now. To start from the beginning, delete layers. And this is my blanked project. To create blank project, just click File, New, and Width and Height. As you see, I have here width 1920 and height 1080. So at first we have to create our background. Of course, I have to use some stock images. Take a look where I have my stock images. I'm gonna use this sky, field, of course, because I need this road. And one more, that one image. So I need the grass part from this image. So to cut this, just use pen tool and make a selection. Maybe something like this. Click right, make a selection. I think feather radius at 2 pixels is totally okay. Then click selection tool, click right and layer via copy to copy this part. The image size isn't perfect, so just change this to 1920. It's very similar to our project now, and after that use move tool to and drag this to our main project. So it looks something like this. I'm not sure if it's proper, but I think it's not bad, really. So now maybe I could drag my sky, so I'm gonna change image size. It's already changed 1920 as you see, so move tool to move this part to our main project. Of course, under the glass layer, something like this. So the last part you're gonna use is this road. Image size is imperfect, really, doesn't matter. Just make a selection at first. Of course, using pen tool. I start from here. After that, click right, make selection, feather radius at 2 pixels is alright, it doesn't matter now. And again, right layer via copy to copy this part. And I think image size is too large, so I'm gonna change this width at 2500. Supposed to be okay, I hope so. So again, drag this to our main project, take a look. It's almost perfect, to be honest. So right now I can close those tabs. So just adjust like this, apply, and add layer mask to this layer with the road. After that, click brush tool, and using color black on our layer mask, just change opacity to 100, of course, and remove that unnecessary parts from the road, because you have to agree it doesn't look well. Well, it's not bad now, so I think it could be right time to add our house, or maybe at first. I do the same on grass layer to make the soft edges here. So right, and now on above this layer, this grass layer, add hue saturation, because this grass is a bit too colorful for me. Not too much, just -10 maybe. Take a look, yeah. And add some lightness, maybe about 5. And saturation, maybe even more, -13, -15. Might be a bit too strong, I'm not sure. But after that we have to adjust all of these layers. So add another hue saturation. Sorry, it wasn't right, because we have to add clipping mask. We have to create clipping mask, because we want only one thing. I only want to add hue saturation with the grass layer, as you see. So after that, add hue saturation on the top, maybe -20. Take a look. It might be too strong. You might think it might be too strong, but it really isn't. We have to take some colors if we want to add some color effect at the end. It's really proper decision. Trust me. So now it's time for other stock images. I think it's proper time for our house image. So we have to find my house image. I just have to make sure if I didn't miss anything. I think it's okay. house and girl. Well, as you see, it's already prepared because I don't want to waste my time for making a selection. You literally know how to do a selection, right? So it doesn't have sense. If you don't know how to do a selection, just check my previous tutorial. Well, maybe not previous, but few previous tutorial. So you're gonna know how to do just selection and just using pen tool. You don't have to be genius to do this. So at first I'm gonna move my house. As you see, you may delete layer mask, and as you see, it definitely doesn't look natural. So we have to do some things to make it look natural. Take a look. Maybe here. So now it's time to improve this house. Of course, at first we have to make soft edges. So as you see, this house doesn't look natural. It literally looks like fly in a house. We don't want to fly in a house, right? So what are we gonna do? Just click free transform, and after that click warp, and we have to change our perspective a bit. Take a look. It looks a bit better now, maybe a little more. Apply. So I think it doesn't look like a flying house anymore. But it looks kind of natural, I hope. So it's a good time to add some Dutch and pen tool. So create new layer. Select Dutch tool. I have exposure on 30% and midtones as a and range as a midtones. Oh, sorry. Just then click edit, fill, and fill this layer with 50% gray. After that, change blend mode to overlay. to make this layer invisible, and we can add some lights on or grass or something, not too much, and to be honest it isn't necessary on this manipulation. I just want to show you how to do such a things. So after that it's time for our model. For a girl. So drag this project to drag her to our main project. I'm not sure, but she might be a bit too large. What do you think? Or not really? And alright, so now it's time to create the shadows on the house and of course on the girl. So just comment and click on the house layer. After that go to exposure and drag exposure to -20 to create a shadow. After that drag this layer under our house. Then free transform and just adjust our shadow. To do the same thing like me, like adjust in the same way, press Command or Control if you're using Windows, and just manipulate clicking on the corners. Something like this. Apply, then opacity is literally too strong, definitely totally too strong. So just change opacity maybe to 50%, and after that add a soft blur, Gaussian blur, something like this. Maybe if the shadow is still too strong, maybe 40 would be okay. And let's do the same on the girls. Exposure -20, drag this under, and just free transform to adjust, of course. So you see the lights are going on this side, so it's supposed to be something like this. Sorry. And right, maybe a bit more. Apply, and again let's do the same. with the house opacity about, well, 40, let's say. Maybe it's now my shadows, so 50. And again, filter, blur and Gaussian blur to make it a bit blurry, not too much. So as you see, we're almost done. Maybe some other final effects. So maybe I could change a bit of perspective of this house. So now it's proper time to add some fantasy brushes. Just create new layer, select brush. I have white color, so select white color as well. I download some light brushes. I used to use them every time in every manipulation because I really love those brushes. So let's try like this. It looks not bad. Just change opacity if it's too strong to 80 maybe, to 70, 60 or something like this, whatever you prefer, to be honest. And now you may add another layer, fill this with color black, change blend mode to screen, and after that click filter, render and add lens flare. It's gonna make a really nice effect on this image, so maybe somewhere here. Let's see. It looks nice for me, but this this part here is a bit too strong for me. I think it's a bit too strong. So just on the layer mask, use brush, but we don't want to delete too much, so change opacity to 60%, for example, and click once just here, and change then 30% and once here. And alright, doesn't look bad now. Maybe I could have 80. So I think it's time to our final results, to be honest. As I said before, I used to use Perfect Effects as my plugin to Photoshop to create fantasy effect. I think it's really great plugin with great effects, so I highly recommend you Perfect Effects. So after you download Perfect Effects, of course, a link you might find in the description, Perfect Effects automatically gonna install into your Photoshop, so don't bother about that. I'm just looking on my house now because I think it might be a bit too small, but just let's say it's okay. Not sure, maybe I wore this too much here. Maybe it's not bad. So press Shift, Alt, Command and E to create a final result, and Shift, Control, Alt and E if you're using Windows, because I'm using Mac. After that, click right and convert to smart object, because we want to add our plugins effect into this layer. And after that, just go to Windows and you might find your Perfect Effects just here, Windows, Extensions and On One. That's the name of the company. And then click Perfect Effects 8. As you see, I have a bit more stuff because it's perfect sit 8. I'm using demo, so trial version is for 30 days, but you might find free version as well, or use trial as I do. So as a first effect, I'm gonna use adjustable gradient, and gonna use vibrance to increase some colors maybe. You can edit this vibrance here. For example, add some warmth or vibrance, whatever you want. I don't want to edit too much, and after that add another layer. After adjustable gradients, I'm gonna use dynamic contrast and just add natural contrast, and I have to edit this a bit down here, add some small detail, something like this. Small detail about 20 maybe. Don't bother if it might look too strong now, but we're gonna add some glow after, so it won't be so strong. As I said, now it's time for glow. Let's try with natural glow. Yeah, it looks definitely nice, so you might take down some amount if it's too strong for you. After that, another layer. After glow, it's time for you might use split tone or photo filter. I'm gonna use this warm filter, add another, and split tone after that. And I'm gonna use blue and orange split tone, but it's not so simple because I'm gonna change my highlight color a bit to a softened orange, like this. Okay, and of course shadow colors a bit as well, soft bluish color. So it looks like this right now, so take a look. And the last thing I'm gonna use is color enhancer. I just want to increase my color, so just click increase colors, and now it's gonna look like really, now it actually looks really impressive for me. And after you finish your editing, just click apply, and this effect automatically applying to your photo. Take a look how it looks. Well, it looks much better with this for me. As I said, I have photoshoot 8, so I'm gonna use something more. I'm gonna use perfect enchants as well. Demo again. I won't do too much, but just want to add some vibrance, a bit temperature, and down some vignette. And that's all. Take a look how it looks now. Well, for me it looks really highly impressive. I'm not sure what you may think about that, but let me know in the comments area, and let me know if you have any questions or any opinions. I just think it looks really okay, really good. So whatever, I think even the house works proper, maybe a bit, supposed to be a bit down on the left side just here, but it's really not bad. I don't think I did a lot of mistakes here, so I think it's really good. I hope you're gonna like this. I hope you already like this video. Let me know what you think, and of course, see you soon in the next Photoshop tutorial.